Adventures in Central America started with a visit to Colón on the Atlantic side of Panama. We then went through the Panama Canal. This picture shows the beautiful Panama Canal Museum at the Miraflores Lock at night. We happened to be going through the Miraflores Locks at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And they were beautifully lighted, really a very pretty sight. In this picture you can see the walls of the locks are starting to open. So the water levels have been leveled out, and now they're opening the barriers so that our boat will be able to go through. In front of us is a small tugboat that was just kind of coming along for the ride, and then you can see the tip of our ship during this video. And as you see, the walls, those barriers are just slowly opening, and we're getting ready to go through. In this next video, you see us going through the locks, and you're able to see the mules on either side, which act to balance out the boat so that it doesn't go drift too far in one direction or the other. That's the one on the right now, and then shifting over you'll see the one that's on the left. They're not really pulling the boat, it's moving on its own power, but they are keeping it intact, in line. After we finished navigating the canal, we had some sea days. We always enjoy the sea days. There's usually lots to do. I couldn't resist taking a picture of a sunset. That's one of my favorite things to do. But at this time, we also had something very special, which was the wedding of two of our residents who met in Belfast, waiting for the boat to get going. So that's Angie and Gian. They invited the whole ship, and it was quite a party. After they took their bows, they took the plunge, and so they jumped into the swimming pool with their clothes on. But we also had entertainment, including our dance instructors, and I thought my dance buddies might like to see what they did. Was Punta Arenas in Costa Rica, and as Jim mentioned, we took the ferry from Punta Arenas to an adjoining island. We came back and had a very long, pleasant walk on a black sand beach, and then we had more entertainment. The ship docked across from the Villa V is a U.S. Coast Guard ship, and when the dancers were done, a lot of our residents and the Coast Guard people all came out and danced as well. From Costa Rica, we went to El Salvador, where we did the volcano hike, but I did not take any videos. And next, we went to Guatemala, and we went to the old city of Antigua, which was just amazing, but again, I took no videos. From there, we went to Mexico, Puerto Chiapas, which is a port city, beautiful port where our boat stopped. But the most notable things are I got a great haircut for $10. I bought a blouse that I love that's handmade, and we went to a museum and saw the marimba. Huatulco, which is a charming seaside Mexican town. We went up to a viewing point that was high on a cliff and great views. From there, we walked to a nearby beach and swam a bit and enjoyed the sun and the sand. Okay, this is La Playa en Praga. And this is La Playa en Praga. And we're down at the far end of the beach, but we walked over here for a little while. Lots of restaurants and bars where you can a lovely sea day on our way to Acapulco that included another amazing sunset. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And the last stop for this segment is Acapulco, with so many interesting things to see and do. But one that was quite unique was the fact that the president came to visit. And this is a nice little video of her that has some great shots of our ship. She drove right by it in her van and gave a wave. At one point she was supposed to stop and actually visit with the captain and crew, but she never was actually able to do that. This is the Diego Rivera mural. Starts with the head of the dragon, and then we've got the tail that goes all along this long We hiked wall. Up some very steep hills in the heat of the noonday sun to arrive at Lake Quebrada, which is the cliffs with the famous divers. And this first one gives you an example of what they have to do just to get to the top of the cliffs. So they scale these very steep cliffs. To get to that side of the cliff, they dive in from the other side of the cliff. And that's where our viewing point was, on the other side of the cliff. Themselves at various spots along the cliff in preparation for their dives. here goes the first diver with a straight dive in. The second diver does a front flip. The third one also does a front flip. Between dives because the wind and the waves have to be just right. This time, 3 of them dive at the same time. And the grand finale from the guy at the very top is a back flip. Watch this.